Sarajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajiva Savadetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashadri Shatarini Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayati Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauritache Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanam Sute Devi Pramani Haripriya Vancha Kalpa Tarunubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Evasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna. So thank all the devotees who have come here. So till now, we have completed 12 chapters of first canto. So today is going to be the 13th chapter. And this chapter really has a lot of practical lessons in our life. Many times we are worried about near and dear ones, what will happen to them. Sometimes we overtake worry. So it talks about how not to overtake worry. And also this chapter talks about the four ashramas. The third and the fourth ashrama, the Vanprastha ashrama there. So there are 4 ashramas: Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanprastha, and Sannyas. So it talks about this ashramas, how the life was, and it also talks about how the Supreme Lord takes care of everything there. So it's amazing. So the story starts from here. Put from other laptop, not. So today I am at Sarjapur Road Yoga. So we have many yoga devotees also sitting here in the class. Dhrtarastra, the chapter name is Dhrtarastra quits home. Okay. Yes. Yeah. The chapter is Dhrtarastra quits. Yeah. Is the noise okay now? Is the back? Are you feeling the better? No noise is there, or noise is still there? It's fine. Okay. So we will see how Vidura returns from pilgrimage. So what happened is come in the third canto, when Lord Krishna had come as a Shanti Dut, so he had a proposal that just give 5 villages to the Pandavas and they will accept it. and don't have any war. Duryodhana said, not even a single, even not a needle, point of a needle, that much land I will give to the Pandavas. That means I want to kill them. And then Krishna said, war is inevitable. So when Krishna had come, that time, Duryodhana had made a plan to capture Krishna only, Lord Krishna. And then Lord Krishna showed the universal form. This was another universal form, which is showed in the court of Dhrtarastra. And that time, after when Krishna had left, Vidura told, this person, Duryodhana, will take your, will throw your dynasty into this. You throw him out. And Duryodhana heard it. And he became angry on Vidura. I just leave you with your life. And Vidura was Vidura was the third brother. So how the three brothers were born? See, this three brothers, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. So because Vichitravirya died without having a son, and Chitrangada also died. So Satyavati told Bhishma that you marry. Anybody said that. Bhishma said no. Then she called Vyasdev. Vyasdev is also her son. And though in Dwapar Yuga it was allowed, if the husband has died, then the elder son can come and beget the child. Because Vyasdev also was the son of Satyavati, so Vyasdev was called upon. But Vyasdev put a condition that I will only, first they should do tapasya for 1 year. Then only I'll beget the child. But Satyavati said, we don't know what may happen in 1 year. They may also die. So better you beget a child. Then when Vyasdev went, the first lady seeing, because Vyasdev was a very austere condition. She was doing tapasya. So she closed her eyes. So then a blind son was born, Dhrtarastra. Then second daughter-in-law, she's seeing Vyasdev became frightened. So then a pale son was born, Pandu. And so Satyavati again said, okay, try the third time. So this third time, the second daughter, Ambalika, he put a maid servant. So Vyasdev gave a son to maid servant. So Dhrtarashtra was born blind, Pandu was pale, and Vidura was the son of a maid servant, but the son of Vyasdev. So he was the third brother, Vidura, but he was not given an official king post, but he was a minister, Dhrtarashtra, always giving a good counsel. So when Duryodhana told, uncle, I leave you with your breath. So that time Vidura, he left. And he thought maybe Krishna frees me from this court where Lord is insulted, Draupadi insulted, devotee insulted. What will I do in this court? So without any grudge, he went to do Tirthyatra. So now he had done Tirthyatra all places and come back to Hastinapur. But during the Tirthyatra, all war had happened and everybody was dead. Now he came back to the home just to deliver Dhritarashtra. Till now Dhritarashtra was not. He always, whole life, Vidura keeps giving good advice to Dhrtarastra, who is determined to have the post, Dhrtarashtra. So he was there. So now Vidurji comes. And then now Vidura always had been very loving to the Pandavas. He was always telling the Pandavas, saving the Pandavas, because when the forest, they were going to burn in the Lakshagriha, Vidura only sent a person to dig a tunnel from their house to out there. So Vidura, so when they saw Vidura, they were so happy. Oh, our uncle has come back. Our uncle has come. And they were feeling. And it also, this chapter also shows how we should do guest reception. If any guest comes, how we should deal with him, how nicely we should deal with him. So Vidura, after receiving knowledge from Maitreya, Vidura retired and returned to Hastinapur. Inhabitant meet in great delight, exchange obeisances. So they were paying obeisances to each other. Vidura embraced Yudhishthir. So much loving exchanges were there, and they remembered. They showed gratitude. How Vidura uncle has saved us when nobody was there. Vidura showed so much love and affection upon them. And Pandavas were actually feeling great. So this quality of showing gratitude to the ones who have protected us, who have helped us, it's a very important quality, Kritagya. And first, when Vidurji came, they didn't start asking questions. First, they arranged a nice place to rest, nice place to, it's good prasadam there. So any guests come, so first, you need some rest, give them nice prasadam. So this properly should be taken care and sufficiently rest. Because see, now people who come by cab or aeroplane, they may not need so much rest. You see, people walk kilometers and come. After now also, it's very tiring, even whatever way people come, so you should ask. And then Yudhishthir asked Vidura about uncle's whereabouts there. And then he asked a very beautiful shloka. This very beautiful shloka is there. We read this, recite this whole shloka from Bhagavatam. Is 13.9.1. What a beautiful lessons with this shloka. Some shlokas give a lot of lessons to us. They are called golden purports. Okay. 113.10. Bhagavad-gita Bhagavatas Sita Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tithi Kurvanti Titani Santastena Gada Britaha. Yudhishthira is saying to Vidura, my lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified. Because you carry the personality of Godhead within your heart, you turn all places into places of pilgrimage. Actually, a holy place is holy because of a holy man. A holy man is holy because of holy man. He, I was saying, very beautiful purpose. The personality of, okay, anybody want to read online? Online, anyone wants to read this purpose? Okay.
Personality of Godhead is omnipresent.
Yeah, please read.
The personality of Godhead is omnipresent by his diverse potencies everywhere. Just as the power of electricity is distributed everywhere within space, similarly, the Lord's omnipresence is perceived and manifested by his unalloyed devotees like Vidura, just as electricity is manifested in an electric bulb. A pure devotee like Vidura always feels the presence of the Lord everywhere. He sees everything in the potency of the Lord and the Lord in everything. The holy places all over the earth are meant for purifying the polluted consciousness of the human being by an atmosphere surcharged with the presence of the Lord's unalloyed devotees. If anyone visits a holy place, he must search out of a few devotees residing in such holy places, take lessons from them, try to apply such instructions in practical life, and thus gradually prepare oneself for the ultimate salvation, going back to Godhead. To go to some holy place of pilgrimage does not mean only to take bath in the Ganges or Yamuna, or to visit the temples situated in those places. One should also find representatives of Vidura who have no desire in life save and except to serve the personality of Godhead. The personality of Godhead is always with such pure devotees because of their unalloyed service, which is without any tinge of fruitive action or utopian speculation. They are in the actual service of the Lord, specifically by the process of hearing and chanting. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So now I'll just explain. So it's very beautiful purport. And now one another point Prabhupada says here. See, such pure devotees like Vidura are able to rectify the polluted atmosphere of any place. And what to speak of a holy place rendered unholy by the questionable interest or interested person who tried to adopt a professional life at the cost of reputation of a holy place. So people render a holy place unholy. Like nowadays, you go holy places also, there is so much of modern culture as some people are doing so much. But because still devotees are there in the holy places are. So what this say is, see, Ganga Devi, when Lord Krishna, in Bhagavad Puran discussed, in Krishna Kanda 129 chapter, when Ganga Devi, when Lord Krishna was about to depart back to his abode, Krishna Sadham Utgate Dharam Jnana Adidhi So that time Ganga Devi approached Krishna and said, Lord, you are going. What will happen to me? In Kali Yuga, all sinful people will come and dump all the sins upon me. What will happen to me? And Lord Krishna said, please tolerate for 5,000 years. After 5,000 years, for 10,000 years, there will be devotees all around. There will be devotees all around, and they will be glorifying my holy name, and they will be chanting the holy name, glorifying. And when they take bath in you, you will get free. So this Krishna predicted 5,000 years before. And now you can see so many Krishna bhaktas all over the planet. So mean to say, because people dump so much of sin in a holy place, but when the devotees go to this holy place, the holy places also become holy, and whatever people deposit sin, that gets cleared off because of their sankirtan, because of their taking bath in the holy river. So if I'm saying, actually, if you go to the holy place, the purpose is not to take a bath. The purpose to meet some holy man and hear Krishna Katha. So if you go to yatra without association of devotees, that is not that beneficial. You may go and take a dip. In fact, many devotees have realization also. When they have gone to Vrindavan without devotees and gone to other holy places, they just went, purchased something. They went to eat some lassi of Bake Bihari Ji. Okay, outside they ate lassi, took some darshan, took thing, and again they are continued. Like many people, crores of people went to Prayagraj Sangam. Okay, so if you go and take bath in Prayagraj, all your sins will get evaporated. But what if after coming back again you will commit sin? No? What about them? But if you meet a devotee and you start chanting Hare Krishna, then you stop committing sin. So there is a song also, Ganga Re Paresha Paschat Pavan. When you take bath in Ganges, many times you get purified. But darshane pavit karo is tumhara gun. But you see a pure devotee of the Lord, immediately you get. So the whole, because the devotee of the Lord, they carry the Lord within their heart, and those devotees have no other desire than to serve Krishna. Then such devotees give Krishna to us there. And that is more than even going to a holy place there. So wherever you get association of devotees, that's a holy place. And holy place is unholy without such association of devotees there. And therefore, preachers come, the preachers especially who speak Bhagavatam, they speak about Krishna. So they are the people who purify the whole atmosphere. The whole ether is impure with so much global gossip. But when you glorify Krishna, ether becomes pure. And therefore, when you come to temple where devotees are glorifying the Lord, you feel so much peace. How many of you observe that? You come to a temple, the Lord is meek. Just coming in that ether, you feel so much peace. So that ether is used for the glorification of the Lord. Other ether is only so much global gossip. So much is being filled there. And that's the beauty of the Lord there. That when devotees are doing the Sankirtan, that's something great. And now the Yudhishthira Vagara, they ask the question, did you visit Dwarka or Krishna and Yadava? Now by the time Krishna has already departed and Yadavas have fought with each other there, but Vidura did not release this news. You know why? Bad news anyway will come. Why to give that bad? And in your Pandavas, if hear that news of Krishna, then they will not be able to there, and he has a different mission this time. So Vidura had retired from putting questions by being reinstated in Bhakti. And then all the Pandavas, they're coming, you see, oh, Vidurji, Vidurang Talap, aa gaye. They're very happy. And they were grateful, oh, you have protected us. Because in the forest, this Lakshagriha was burnt. So that time, the tunnel, they came out because of Vidura only there. And you see this, they are coming out. They Bhima. And the son, the Sudas are protected by his mother. So they're grateful. And then how did you maintain your livelihood? At which holy place in pilgrimage site you render? So this is asking all the Tirth Yatra. So here Duryodhana had insulted Vidura. Vidura is leaving. And how is so your holy place? You have come. Our place has become. But you see, on the other hand, Nalkuber and Manigiva, they were going to Ganga and doing Sandra irrigation. Narad Muni and came and they were drunk. They were the sons of Kubera and they were drunk. And these Apsaras were also naked and they were enjoying in the Ganges. Then Narad Muni came. Apsaras to bhag gaye, but they remained naked, dull. Then Narad Muni comes and get dull like trees, become trees. And because of mercy of Narad Muni, they got bhakti to Krishna. Krishna released them as Damodar. So be wrapped in Krishna thought, remaining at home or leaving home. So Bhagavatam. So whether you are at home or leave home, always think of Krishna. So Vidura had left home and thinking of Krishna, and Pandavas were at home remembering Krishna. In fact, people come say, Arey, so many sages will come to the sea, many sages will go to forest to find Krishna, but they will not find Krishna. Then they will come to the court of Yudhishthira Maharaj because Krishna was staying there. Krishna was captured by the love of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So sages, instead of going to forest, will come to the Hastinapur to see Krishna. That was the love of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So when you call Krishna and love Krishna, Krishna will come to you. So Krishna says, I don't stay in Vaikuntha. I don't stay in the heart of mystic. I stay where my devotees are glorifying. So now why so Vidura did not give them the calamities come of their own accord. One should not aggravate it by propaganda. So unnecessarily one should not become a carrier of bad news. Anyway, it will come. Of course, if it is required for warning a person, then it may be given. But if it's just a bad news, why to unnecessarily propagate it? The reason Vidura returned to Hastinapur to benefit others and especially Dhrtarastra. So, so Vidura returned to Hastinapur to benefit others and especially Dhrtarashtra. So Vidura's original identity Yamaraj substituted by Arema. There. So what had happened? One time when there was one sage who in his childhood will take the patanga and put a small, darts upon the insects. Now he became a sage. So one day one thief was coming. He came in his kutia and the soldiers were running for the thief. And they thought the sage is the thief and they caught the sage, Mundak Rishi. His name was Mundak Rishi. And they put the Mundak Rishi on the stool. And what happened fastly, it did not kill him, but it stuck in his distance. So he was such a powerful person, he went to Yamaraj only. Then why this happened? And Yamaraj said, because in childhood, he used to put this on the patangas, kill them mercilessly. So as a result of that reaction, you got this. And he became angry. I was a child, how can you give punishment like this? I curse you, become a Shudra. And that time Yamaraj became Vidura. And Yamaraj was taken by Aryappa. So this Vidurji, he was Yamaraj himself. Who was Yamaraj? You may wonder who is Yamaraj. The Yamaraj is Dharmaraj. And after that, everybody sees it. Those who are sinful, they see Yamaraj. Those who are pious, they see Dharmaraj. But everybody sees evil. But sinful people will see him as Yamaraj. And the pious people will see him as. So he gives judgment for everybody. And that's why he was not able to tolerate the Dhrtarashtra's bad activity. He is a man of justice, man of integrity. And here he is saying such anyaya is happening to Lord Devotees. So everyone is taken by Yamsukas to Yamsukas. Sinful people, and most people are sinful. So with that, to benefit others, especially Dhritarashtra. So he gave so many ideas to Dhritarashtra never. So that last time I should try. Now all is now he is old and everything. So let me try. Dhritarashtra now let him do. So he goes. So then he starts telling very heavy. Evam grahesu saktanam samattanam tadiya aste grama vikyata tala param duttara. See how the Krishna is taken you. You have become old. You are so attached to poverty. Yeah. Okay, so we were talking about example of bad news and things to avoid. They rejected the request, so refrain from releasing unpalatable truth, or don't aggravate distress with propaganda, or don't spread bad news or avoid work. So example of bad news, sending negative message to employees, giving a negative performance at result, ending employment relationships, reject the application. So these are bad news. Things to avoid. Don't deliver the bad news in the opening paragraph. Always try to tell what you can do before you say what you can't. Explain why before you deliver the bad news. For many readers, once they see the no, they don't pay attention to the. Remember that a major goal is to maintain a positive relationship with the reader. Do whatever you can to help the reader understand and accept your. So when you're through writing the letter, make sure the message that you cannot grant the request is getting. So how to say no so it doesn't hurt your relationship. So he had come to rectify the mentality of his eldest brother and this way bring him close to God. But the problem with Dhrtarashtra, he had done so many offenses to Pandavas, Vidura couldn't give him bhakti. Because if you do offenses to the Lord and his devotee, how can you do bhakti? So therefore, he taught them the path of an renunciate, one press. So here you see Yamaraj was cursed, this Mundakrishi, he was put in the shoes there, and because childhood he would put in the patangas there. So he's put on the shoe like this. And then he cursed there, Kare you gave it. So he became now Vidura. The Pandavas were really hungry and about it. And so Vidura is telling to Dhrtarashtra. See, Dhrtarashtra was sitting and everybody was sitting in a class. It was like a class. So Vidura has come and the whole assembly is there and Pandavas are also hearing. But 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 Vidura is basically talking to Dhrtarashtra. He thought of fear immediately. No remedy possible for this impending fear of death. Time forces everyone to surrender everything, even died. All your relatives died, your all children died. Why are they living in another form? And death to Bhima like a dog. Because Dhritarashtra tried to kill Bhima. After the war, Dhritarashtra was very angry. He told Bhima, I will embrace you. Krishna told Bhima, don't go. He put an iron statue of Bhima. Dhritarashtra took that iron statue, put all his energy, to crush the iron statue to be. And then he comes, the old man, and Bhima's life was saved. That's why. And now Vidura is telling, Arey, who has killed all your 100 sons? You're living like a dog. And Hausa, you don't need to live on the charity of those whom you try to kill. How Pandavas were so grateful. They knew that Dhritarashtra had many plots to kill them. But still they were taking care of us. That was the heart of despite your unwillingness, death is approaching you. So there are three types of people, Hira, Narottama, and pure devotee. So there is one who is undisturbed, goes to a remote place, free from obligation, puts his body when it has become useless. See, you have to understand one concept. In this world, if somebody dies, very time, people have a concept go to north. How many of you heard it? When people become old, their concept is go to north and never come back again. Right? They will go to Badrinath, Kedarnath. How many of you heard this? You heard this? Devotee. So they had that concept that they will go and not come back there. Because if you go Badrinath, Kedarnath, you can go one way. It's very difficult to come back, unlike this day. So there were three phases of life. Brahmachari life, they will go and learn in Guru. And there also they were very renowned life. Then they enter Grihastha life. Then they have children, enjoy the family life, and do the responsibility of family life, get purified. Then as the husband and wife become 50, then they go to Vanprastha. 51, 52, 53, 1. So it's reminding of one. Then they go to Vanprastha, husband and wife together, and they practice austerity. They take their mind away from death. Now, in that case, the Kshatriyas will go to the forest, the Brahmanas will take directly sannyas, and the Vaishyas, or those who must say right, they will go to the holy place as a Vanprastha there in the Vedic time. So this was a common practice, and why they will go? See, what is the purpose of life? To go back home, back to Godhead. But living a comfortable life, watching TV, you don't go back to Godhead by that way. Only when you give up the attachment to the body, then we go back home, back to. So they will do a lot of austerity to awaken that. Means whatever food comes, they're happy with that. Otherwise, living in a there. And beauty was in the holy places, like holy places, there were a lot of dharmashalas, free food given there. So that kind of setup also was there. The people in one cluster can prepare to go back home, back to God. Nowadays, people are till their last breath, they are engaged in their family problems, and they die also thinking of the family. The next life where they will come again in the same family. But if people die thinking of the Lord and no relatives around, that was considered glorious death because they will not think of the family and not come back to the same family, to the family again, but go to a higher destination, go back to. So that was the Vedic. First, my voice not clear. Is the voice clear now? Okay, and put the there. So the point is, so the Vedic time it was considered glorious if yeah people die before anybody's knowledge. That means they overcome the bodily concept of life. See why people become fools if the termination happens suddenly or they're very sinful and they're too attached to the body, they don't leave the body and go to the next destination. They remain in the earthly plane there. And then people may get a ghostly body with that. But when people are detached from the body, even before dying, they have developed a detachment of the body, then they can leave the earthly plane and go to a higher destination state. And therefore, in a Vanprastha state, the tapasya was being talked about. Of course, in Kali Yuga, it may not be possible to go to the forest, but one should live near the temple, do service in the temple, get more absorbed in the Supreme Lord rather than chit chats of the family life in a Vanprastha life. So there are three types of people. So Dhira is undisturbed who goes to a remote place, freed from all obligation, quits his body when it has become useless. He doesn't die amidst relatives. He doesn't die amidst because if he dies thinking of relatives again, he has to come back in the same family or something. He cannot go to the higher destiny. Anartha means man who awakens and understands the falsity and misery of this material world, and thus leaves home and depends fully on the personality of Godhead. So Dhira has not realized the Supreme God, but Narottama has realized the Supreme God. So quickly, time is up. You see, we want to remain young forever. Soon, old age. So better prepare ourselves. You see how Krishna is showing the Kala, that everybody is going in the mouth of Kala. The person comes body and then finally go in the body of Kala. Old age and invalidity are warnings for death nearing quickly. No one wants to get old. Cosmetic industry is flourishing due to fear of old age. The four stages of life: Brahmacharya, Grasta, Vanprastha, Sannyas. So age 51 to 75 is Vanaprastha. Sannyas is 76. So the retirement phase and handing over responsibilities to next generation, Vanprastha. And sannyasa phase of giving up material desire and prejudices, wandering ascetic state. And even whatever scientific advancement is there, so many medicines people have to take, painkillers, tranquilizers, and so many problems in life. Now, man can fly like a bird in the sky and swim like a fish underwater in a submarine. The only problem is he can't walk on land like a human being because of pollution. So old age, wrinkleless. So, so fish without water cannot be happy. We cannot be happy without Supreme Lord. Yeah. So three class of people: Dhira, Sannyasi, and Narottama. So Dhira is person who just leave the place and go and die. Sannyasi rounds the life and then he just dies. But Narottama is a pure devotee who leaves the world, but he realizes the Supreme is Narottama. He is a devotee of the Lord. The devotee is Narottama. Then finally, Dhrtarastra got very encouraged. Dhrtarastra got very encouraged. Oh no. See, he didn't got bhakti, but at least he will go and do some austerity of the Vansa. The next day, Dhrtarashtra leaves without telling even Yudhishthira. Now, Yudhishthira gets worried. Or maybe we committed some offense and our uncle has gone. Now, Vidura leaves. So, very amazing thing happened. Now to Pati and Sanjay. Sanjay was the servant of Dhritarashtra. He was also feeling, oh, you know, there. So, what had happened? They felt cheated. Dhritarashtra, without telling, he left. So, great souls cheat for a great cause. So, Dhritarashtra, formally convinced that on path of liberation, Gandhari follows her husband to Himalaya. And Yudhishthir was found that his uncle is left, so he is very much. See, he has come to pay obeisances to Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Every day, morning, he will pay obeisances to Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. This is the culture. We should pay obeisances to our elders as soon as we get in the morning. It's a very important practice because when you take blessings from superiors, our life becomes good. But when you keep offending the elders in form, then life becomes miserable. So we should collect blessings from our elderly people there rather than their circle. So Yudhishthira asked Sanjay, where are my uncles and aunt Gandhari? They were drawn in Ganges being affected by massacre. Yudhishthira remembered that how much they protected. Sanjay feels cheated by great souls. कि अरे मुझे बिना बताए चले गए लोग. And Narada Muni appeared. So here, yeah, the power there. The power of sadhu sangha leads to moha bhanga. And Dhritarashtra was mohiत, thinking there. But when Vidura comes, he got up. I realized, what am I doing? See, Vidura did not spoke to Pandavas. You know, Pandavas are well situated and they are doing what Krishna wants them to do. So Vidura did not give a those you leave family. Whom he caught up? Dhritarashtra. This time that comes. So here you see Narada Muni giving there. The lessons for modern household. Don't spend time in the marriage of this world, but Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda. So just do your duty and utilize the time not enjoying life, but in the memories of the Supreme Lord. Because one day this youth will not remain. So prepare for the final exam, which is called death. So this life is a preparation time. And final exam is death. And problem is this test is uncertain when it will come in Kali Yuga. So secret of sticking to renounce order. See, many people go and leave home, but again they come back. But those who find Krishna, make a relationship with Lord, the renunciation is stable. So great souls cheat for a great cause. So Vidura took Dhritarashtra and Gandhari to some place to prepare them for leaving their body. See, like what happened? Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya wanted to leave his home and take sannyas, and he did such great preaching. And Shankaracharya's mother was not allowing. Hey, beta, you cannot take. Then Shankaracharya was taking bath in the pond. One crocodile caught his feet. And mother is saying, Arey, beta. And Shankaracharya, mother crocodile is saying, if you take sannyas, then I will leave your And then mother said, "Ha, ठीक है बेटा, you take sannyas, life is there." And then Shankaracharya took sannyas. So great soul, eat para, great. Same. The Madhvacharya also, he he at the age of 8 years only he wanted to take sannyas. So his parent told, okay, beta, once we get a second son, then you can go. And by Lord's mercy, second son happened. And then Madhvacharya was leaving. So father fell on the feet of Madhvacharya. It's better don't go. And said, father fell only two times. Of only one case, father fell on the feet when son becomes sannyas. Madhvacharya took sannyas, and of course, when his parents saw the good work done by Madhvacharya, he also became very happy there. So Dhritarashtra had gone. So receiving now Yudhishthira was lamenting very much. And that time, Narad Muni comes there. See, it's such a great preaching. This whole chapter is for preaching only. And this chapter and this teachings of Narad Muni to Yudhishthira is very, very amazing. He talks about few principles which are very helpful in our life. So one principle he says, Are, in this world, people meet by the arrangement of the Lord, people separate by the arrangement of the Lord. We are not permanent. So this life is a train journey. If you're going in a train, you're in a compartment. So when you're sitting in the train, some people will come, right? Then they will get on the next station. Then next station, some other people will come. Then afterwards, you will get down. So in this world, you will see we are in a train journey. So initially, we were not in the family. We added in the family. Then after some time, some people will go away from the family. After some time, we will also go away from the family and go to the next destination. Just like our next station comes, so we go to the next destination there. So this journey of life is like a train journey where we keep new people keep coming and then we go to other place and think and this goes on with it. So this was he was explaining. Who was explaining? Naman explained to. Second thing he says, Are you yourself are in the clutches of Kala Sarva. Yes, Kala Sarva. Death is called Kala Sarva. In Vedic time, there's no accidental death. Only snake bite is accidental death. So therefore, death is called Kalpa Sarva. And who is the Mahatma who can see this Kala Sarva behind? That I am going to. That person is the Mahatma. And one who thinks, hey, हम तो कभी डाइम 2 दिन की जिंदगी है मजे ले लो हम ही बोलते 4 दिन की जिंदगी है भगवान का नाम ले लो करके you don't know, right? So who is the Mahatma who can see this Kaluraga? Hey, anytime this is behind us. See, the moment you take birth, the expiry date is written. Like you have purchased medicine, expiry date is written or not written. The moment you take birth, expiry date is written. Only we don't know to read the expiry date. मेडिसिन की बोतल में एक्सपायरी डेट दिख जाती है इसकी एक्सपायरी डेट नहीं दिखती है लेकिन लिखा है वो जिसको पढ़ना आता है वो देख लेता है So when we already have a bottle of medicine with an expiry date, so better use it for the service of the Lord than enjoying something. Right. So then another thing Narad Muni says to Yudhishthira, Kala karma gunadhino. Are you yourself are under the influence of Kala, karma, guna? How will you protect others? Are we ourselves are under the influence of time? We are under. How can we protect other people? How can we protect other people? We ourselves are influenced by so many things in life. How can we save other people? There. And that's what the thing in this world he was telling. Are you yourself are going to die. Narada is telling to Yudhishthira. And you think you will save Dhritarashtra? Beautiful purports come into this and beautiful lessons we can learn. And the Prabhupada writes in a purport, actually, you cannot help other people in mode of passion ignorance. Only in mode of goodness you can help people. And especially you can help people of this world because people are bound by their prarabdha karmas. People are bound by their karmas. So even you materially help people, that material help cannot really help people. Let me give an example. Like, if suppose beggar you give 300 rupees, what will he do? Will his begging stop? He will थोड़ा 4 दारू पी के आएगा फिर से begging करेगा. Suppose you give a poor child education also. He may go to US also by your education or go to big company. What he will do? He will drink more liquor. He'll eat meat and again suffer next life. So whatever material help we give to people in this world actually doesn't help them. But whatever spiritual help we give to them, give Krishna consciousness to them, that helps them really. Because Bhakti Yoga can cut through the karma. The Bhakti Yoga can cut people through the karma. So you offer material help to people, that is fine, but give them Krishna. That is the best help we can give. And without giving Krishna to others, our help may not really help people. So Yudhishthira Maharaj washing the feet of Narad Muni. Right? So this is a custom. When any great saint comes, how you welcome him, house. And as Bhagavatam says, our house, till the time, the second canto speaks about. If our house, saintly people, we don't invite saintly people. It's not a house only. It's a place. Only our house becomes, it's like a bill, uh, it's like a snake bill, a snake hole there. Only when we invite, the house becomes house. And therefore, Vedic tradition is to call saintly people, hear Krishna Katha from them, and serve them. Then the purpose of house becomes glorious. So Yudhishthira is serving Narada Muni, washing his lotus feet. And remaining undisturbed in suffering makes an ascetic strong and determined in Krishna consciousness. To be a pure devotee, one should be faithful, learned, and now Yudhishthira is saying Narada Muni, oh, ask Narada about his uncle and aunt. Please direct us with answers, because you are a captain of a ship. The Guru is like the captain of this human body is like a ship. But if you take ship along this Bhavasagar, you need a captain. And Guru is like the captain. And Vedas are like the favorable bridge. But take us to the other part. So Narada philosophically discussed Yudhishthira's interest. It is the Lord only who brings people together and disperses them. And one our unavoidable binding, like cow bound by a long rope. So we are also bound by our beyond that you cannot go. And feeling of separation are due to affection only. A feeling for Dhrtarastra is mental affection. Don't worry. No one will exist without you. Don't think, अरे मेरे बिना वो कैसे जिएंगे. Overworry. See, we should do our duty, but don't overworry. So no one can protect others by maintenance. Okay, so who maintains? Krishna only maintains people. Krishna is Krishna. Understand the Lord's mission and wait till the Lord is present. We all need a old and new are posted and removed by the Supreme Lord. You see, Bali Maharaj, Lord removed him, put Indra, and said, you will become Indra in the 8th month. And so many parameters come and go. Nothing is permanent in this world. Same way Indra, they come and go. So laws of God versus man-made. See, laws of God are perfect, but man-made laws are imperfect. Like now, live-in relationships are allowed, but according to Vedas, this is illegal. The purpose of man woman living is for the purpose of bringing out good population and raise people. But in living relationship, there is no that purpose gets solved. It is against the laws of God. But Supreme Court has made it legal. But if Supreme Court has made living relationship legal, will Yamdutas not catch you if you are doing living relationship? So God's laws never change. The four regulative principle, then abortion kills children. Okay, keep abortion legal. People may demand, but will Yamdutas be people? अरे तुम्हारे अमेरिका में ये रूल था, अब हम तुम्हें नहीं करे, उसे हमारा रूल तो फॉलो करना है ना करके दे. See, can you make a rule of your own house and whatever BBMP rule is there you over neglect? नहीं, हमारे घर का रूल तो अलग है. BBMP वाले आके पकड़ के मारेंगे आप. ऐसा ना. The same way you cannot make your own law. तो हम तो बोलेंगे तुम कौन हो तो लॉ बनाने. Therefore, previously the kings whatever law they will make according to the Vedas, not their own. But now people make their own man-made laws which are different. The Supreme Lord is Bhutabrata. Please relax or considering kith and kin helplessly dependent on me is ignorant. So it's time to use it. A stronger divorce is clear. And finally, okay, we'll read some of these purports, very beautiful purports in the morning, what we were reading of this chapter. Any questions till now before we go further? It's very, very important and interesting chapter. I hope you're feeling interesting in what we are discussing. Okay, Keshav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
So, Prabhu, there was one point in between that Vidura did not inform about the annihilation of the Yadava Kula. In there, it was written that I think in the PPT it was written that calamities happen naturally and no point making a propaganda out of it.
Yes.
So, can you explain a little bit on that? And I have just like another question in the follow-up. It's about cancer and chemotherapy. So you can just tell about both at once.
What about cancer and chemotherapy?
Like I want to understand, like if death is anyway going to come, is chemotherapy such a painful process really needed for cancer or something like that? How does it work, or how do we look at it scripturally? Like I always had this question. So
see, oh, okay, can you repeat your first question?
yeah, calamities come naturally, so you don't need
No,
to.
need not give the news about it. See, if you see, Vidura would have told see, he knew that Pandavas, that Krishna has left, went to spiritual world, and Yadus also have left to their abode destination. But it would be very painful news to Pandavas. So he avoided that. Let Lord only arrange to give it because he knew Pandavas are great devotees. They will not able to bear separation from the Lord. You understand my point? There. So therefore, Vidura speak avoiding that news. Same way, sometimes, like even if you know, if a person goes to a doctor and he has a death, some very deadly disease, doctor will not tell to him directly. They will tell, please call some relative, tell to his relative. Then relative may very emotionally tell him because we should not give shocks to people unnecessarily. That's the principle. So we should tell the truth in such a way that people can take it up. Now, with respect to chemotherapy and cancer, see, we may do whatever means in our hand for the thing. Sometimes it may work, sometimes not work. Again, it all depends upon the karma of a person. And see, karma is not stagnant. Prabhupada clearly says, if a devotee surrenders to Krishna, then Krishna can take away devotee's karma. And especially when a pure devotee is involved, the karma gets altered. जैसा नहीं जो होना वाला anyway हो गई. You get my point? The Lord is involved. If somebody surrender to the Lord, जो होने वाला वो नहीं होगा. आपके घर लाइफ में बुरा होने वाला है वो शायद नहीं होगा अगर आप भगवान के शरण में जाते हो. But if you do more sinful activities, अगर अच्छा होने वाला भी है तो बुरा हो जाएगा करके. So previous free will is always there. The same way, cancer is there, it's up to the person that he takes chemotherapy, and then many people die due to chemotherapy also. So then it is there. So it depends people to people what they want to try and think, and finally, depending on the Lord only can help us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nagendra,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
I have one question. Old people, they go to forest, at their end time. And so what about the final rites? Who will perform their final
Yeah.
rituals? According to the Vedas, we are supposed to do as a son or a daughter.
So now you will see here, Dhrtarastra, they went to the forest and he burned himself with his own fire. So they will have that potency that they can ignite fire from their body, and that fire only will do all sanskar. And Gandhari went into that fire of Dhrtarashtra, and she also left the body at that time. So this is the way they will live. So they will have that advancement to ignite fire and burn their body.
Okay. So no need to perform
Or because wife has like in case of Malledhaj, when Malledhaj has gone, his wife Vidarbhi, she burnt her body and entered the funnel fire. So like that will happen. If the husband leaves the body while doing the yoga, then the wife burn the funnel fire and enter the fire. And when a person takes sannyas, so that time he commits, it's like a civil society. That time only he does anteshtik sanskar also. If somebody takes sannyas means sanskar usi samay pe ho gaya, then he takes sannyas. So then there is no need of sanskar for a sannyasi. And then the sannyasi takes samadhi.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Of course, what is practical in modern age is not practical to go to the forest, right? So in modern life, practical is you stay near a temple, both husband and wife, free from all obligation, and serve the deity of the Lord and preach the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu while chanting the Holy Name. So that is a practical thing in Kali Yuga, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Vibhuti, Madhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So,
Hare Krishna.
my question was that in the Western culture, many times, like the purpose of the self is very individual, in the sense the identity of the self is very individual. But in like from Vedas, we know that like the identity of our self is Atma, which is like under the influence of all the karma from various like lives.
Mm.
So, in that case, is the identity of the self in the Indian culture, Hindu culture, is it a collective, like in connection with the universe and all the beings around us, or is it very individual, as in just one,
Okay.
like, yeah.
So what do you mean by individual and collective?
So I think individual is just me, like I'm existing free from connections from people around me or people who come into my life like that. And collective would be like I'm a collection of all the experiences and the people that I come in contact with throughout my life.
See, the idea of Vedic philosophy is both individual and collective. So, as me, the soul, I'm the experiencing whatever is happening to me. I'm not experiencing what is happening to other people. And how it is collective, because there is a Paramatma in everybody's heart, which is a collective function. So, if you hurt somebody, then you feel a guilt feeling because the Paramatma is, he's crying. So, the Paramatma in his heart feeling not because he's crying. So he gives you feeling, Arey, you did a wrong thing. He gives a guilt feeling. You have seen that? So that
Yeah.
Paramatma is a collective unit who knows the heart of all the jivas there. And we are as individual souls, all of us are connected to Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna, who also is whose extension is Paramatma in our heart there. So basically, we all the souls are connected to him. And that is the collective and individual understanding in the Vedic philosophy.
So it is more collective than just like each of us separate from the other. Like,
But there is one difference. When you attain liberation, you don't merge in the Paramatma. You got my point? You remain an individual person. And as devotees, we go to the spiritual world, developing a spiritual form, and serve the Supreme Lord individually in our form.
Okay.
We don't merge with the Lord.
Okay.
Our individuality always remains.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, so we go ahead, what happens, and then we'll take some questions. Okay, so then Narad Muni informs Yudhishthir, he gone to Himalayas. There's Sapta Shrota, Dhrtarastra engaged in Ashtanga Yoga, because those days, even people like Dhrtarastra also know some part of Ashtanga Yoga and things. And Dhrtarashtra will amalgate his senses into Mahatattva. He'll burn his body on the fifth day from today. Gandhari will follow. Vidura will lead to Prabhas. Yudhishthir was pacified, hearing this from Narada. That they will leave this thing there. So one becomes a liberated yogi, but not pure devotee due to offense at the feet of a Rama. So Dhrtarashtra did not receive bhakti because he had offended the Pandavas. So bhakti is higher than even impersonal this thing. And Narada has asked Yudhishthira to wait till disappearance of Lord, so that I will discuss the action of Pandavas. And this is the 14th chapter will start disappearance of Lord Shri Krishna. So the very big chapter we completed in 1 hour, but I hope you got the gist of it. That ultimately the Supreme Lord who is protecting everything. And we have to do our dharma, our duty, without getting overly worried. Because people are bound by Kala. Kala means death will come one day, we can't stop it. Karma. Every jiva comes with his own karma. Everybody comes with their own karma there. And family members are the people who have similar karma and therefore they have come together. There. And third is gunas. We are under the influence of the gunas, right? Which makes us angry, which makes us proud, which makes us yes. And this combination of three brings so much misery to our life. The whole Gita is about by surrendering to Ishvara, you come out of the influence of Kala, Karma, and Guna. Now, can you remind 3 shlokas where Krishna is talking about to come out of the influence of 3 things by surrendering to him? Can you say the shloka of Kala? How you overcome Kala by remembering Krishna? Antakalika mameva smaranta kalevra yaprayati samadhavam yastinata sanshaya. If you remember me at the time of death, you will come out. All the effect of Kala. Then Karma. Sardharman paritajya mam ekam sarna praja aham tam sarpapibhyo mokshashami mashita. So if you take shelter of me, all your karmas, papa, will go away. I will take care of. Then Guna. Devesha gunamahi maya durataya mame prapadante maya metantarantite. So Devi consists of the 3 gunas. You can come over her when you surrender to me. There. So that's how the Krishna is talking about the 3 gunas. So we come over the Kala Karma Guna when you take shelter of Krishna. If you want to really help anybody in life, give them bhakti. Tell them to chant Hare Krishna and take shelter of Krishna. Then their life will surely change. But materially changing people's life is very difficult. Are you getting this point? There. And that's what he's trying to explain. Okay, so there's a question. Some devotees have seen they followed principles well and surrendered to Guru and Krishna, but suffered an accident or ailment and passed away. So, how to understand karma is not acting on person until one is pure? Karma will not be taken away, isn't it? See, we have to see the overall picture. Now, suppose, now did Krishna say, my devotees will never die? Did Krishna say that? Ananya chintayanto ma ye jana paripasate tesham nitya drittanam yogshemam vahami. So I protect my devotee in every case. Now there's a time of danda comes in the life of a person. So now for a devotee of Krishna, the time of danda comes, Krishna sees that whether it is favorable for his bhakti, favorable for this person, to now the time of death has come according to his karma. So Krishna will see whether it is favorable for him to leave the body now and take a new body where he can practice nicely. Or if he has completed devotional service, then that accident becomes a cause and he goes home back to Godhead. One accident, and then you are released from your metal body and go back home back to Godhead. Our Krishna says if he stay back, he will do more preaching, he will do more things, and he will do more interact. For example, there was a man, Mr. Dosa, in foreign there, and he was from a Muslim community. But he was very much harassed by his Muslim community people. And he took a diksha, and next day only he passed away. Well, how would it happen? So Krishna had an arrangement for him there. See, he was traveling 220 miles, 2 hours up, 2 hours down to the temple. So many difficulties were there, and people were against, family was against. Now Krishna will give me a suitable body. And after 1 2 days, his wife was to very much fight and think. She also came to the temple and became a devotee there. So Krishna knows what is the best for the devotee and he does it there. So how Krishna uses people's prarabdha karma to put them in the right situation, we cannot know. But Lord knows the best there. So I hope that answers your question there. Okay, one question, last question was here. Somebody has a question. Yes, somebody.
Maybe moving to the to and to the fire of the both levels of body. But in case of Kunti Haran, so how do you see it?
You will remember Mahabharata. Bhagavatam doesn't mention how Kunti. So he's asking how Kunti Mahal has a body. So in Bhagavatam, there's no mention, but Mahabharata, I think she goes with Vidura and others only there. See, for a pure devotee, it doesn't matter how they leave the body. See, while mentioning in 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna first puts many conditions. You have to leave the body this time, this way, that way, this way. I said, for a mind pure devotee, it doesn't matter. I take him back to God. So for a pure devotee who is completely dependent on Krishna, Krishna will take him back to God. What we need to develop in life is Shuddha Bhakti. That we need to do. Ananya Bhakti in our life. Yes, I think last question is Sanprava.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just
Hare
wanted, you had answered it, but I wanted little clarification on this one devotee who asked you about cancer and chemotherapy. And you said, what I have understood from what you have said, it is the patient's decision. It is the patient's decision that matters. Is it
Yes,
the way?
yes. See, what happens? Sometimes some diseases will go when you take treatment, and you have to spend money. Your karma may have to spend a lot of money, bear pain, and then the disease will go. And sometime after bearing pain, also disease may not go. So we do not know. So it's up to a patient that what he chooses. That's what there. But while doing all this thing, one should depend on Krishna. So that will at least help that person in whatever situation of life he is.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dhanyavad.
Thank you. Yes, Ankur, welcome.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, my question is a little off track from this session today. It's a little generic question. So, for somebody who is trying to get onto this journey, spiritual journey and all, right? So, is there if somebody feels a kind of stagnation during the journey, is it normal, and how to make a progression?
Okay. So what do you mean by stagnation?
So stagnation is, if I take my case, for example, during the initial phases, probably a lot of new things and all that, but after some time, some kind of a saturation sets in, right? So feels like it is not going forward. So I don't know
So
whether
that's a real time to start your spiritual journey. Because till now you learn things, now you have to apply things.
Hmm.
Then you will get realization. Because this journey is never stagnated. There's a long way to go. Only you're not able to see the path ahead. But when what principles you have learned, you start applying them, then you see a big pathway ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So you need more association of devotees and more guidance how to apply what you have read. Till now, you have seen there are three things: knowledge, understanding, and realization.
Mhm.
So now you got information, but you have to understand it, then apply it in life. Then you get realization.
Thanks, Prabhuji.
So the second and third step, you need more guidance
Mm.
how to apply it.
Sure.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Surya Mataji, yeah.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So my question actually, I was having this in my mind, but when Ankur Prabhuji asked this question, so I was having in my mind like how to, progress more in bhakti. So currently I am doing like 2 to 4 round of japa and all that, but sometimes, when I miss any japa, when I'm not able to do due to various things, so I feel a lot of repentance. So, but then at the same time, I feel like I need a mentor to progress. So, is there any vision of a mentor here?
Yes,
Like,
yes. So you can take help of Bhavana Mataji. She's also joining the sessions. You can talk to her there, whoever you are touched with. So they will help you out in this situation.
yeah, since like last month, I'm really feeling that I need to, a notch higher in a spiritual thing. Rest of things are fine, but yeah, I am feeling like something is pushing me to go in this direction. So I was thinking like how to approach for a mentor, because from some, devotees who are in Krishna consciousness since a long time, in morning batch especially. So I heard somebody saying like they have a mentor or something. So I would also really like to, have a
Yes,
mentor.
yes. So you can see the Matajis, senior Matajis are coming in the back when you come to the center, so you can take guidance from them. Hmm?
Sure, sure. Okay, thank you. Currently, so I came for 1 month to my hometown. So I'm not able to, go to center. So this is the only space where I can speak or ask the questions.
So I'll connect you to Bhavana Mataji. You can ask her on WhatsApp. There you have
Oh,
a number.
yes, yes, I have a number. Yeah,
You can
very
contact her. She will ask. Hmm?
okay.
Okay.
Thank
So don't worry. You try your best. Take guidance how to. Hmm? Correct.
you.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Yeah. And we'll chant one round.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. We'll chant one round of Hare.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavats.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna. Thank you.